Hello, my friend of shared destiny. Every night, as the darkness gently blankets your silent room in this distant land, billions of people lie down with a single hope to find rest and complete recovery. Yet, a weary paradox has long been silently unfolding. You may sleep for a full 8 hours, but the next morning, you wake with shoulders still heavy, a fragmented mind, and vitality that seems not to have been renewed at all. Why does sleep, originally nature's most sacred overhaul function, refuse to heal you? According to the profound wisdom of detached Zen masters, the answer lies in a subtle secret that the hurried life outside has inadvertently obscured. The masters understand that sleep does not automatically activate the revival of the being. Your body only truly begins its deepest overhaul when it receives a definitive signal right at the threshold of dreams. It is not a complex technique, but a code of consciousness, a sacred moment of silence that the vast majority of us have long inadvertently lost. Tonight, I invite you to explore the secret that monks have preserved for centuries, a minimalist way for you to send a safety signal to every cell, so that each night you lie down is not just rest, but a brilliant journey of rebirth while you are fast asleep. The journey back to the harbor of peace officially begins here. Wisdom of the monks. When silence is the command for revival. Leisurely travel back in time with me to the space of ancient monasteries hidden in deep forests, where the flow of life is measured by profound temple bells and mindful steps. Here, Zen masters do not only spend their lives preaching, they spend tens of thousands of hours quietly contemplating the rising and falling rhythm of existence, from the primitive breath to the fragile moment when consciousness dissolves into dreams. Through centuries of practice, these detached beings identified a profound and miraculous law. Those who enter sleep with an empty heart, courageously leaving all agitations of the old day outside the door of their hermitage, often possess an extraordinary ability to recover body and mind. They not only wake with clear vision and overflowing vitality, but even seasonal illnesses or the decline of age seem rarely to touch them. The monks understand that sleep itself is actually a natural overhaul ritual of creation. The night is the hallowed time for the body to reclaim life force, mend subtle fractures, and recalibrate the order of the inner kingdom. However, that miracle only operates under one ultimate condition. The mind must be completely still, so the nervous system is allowed to disarm. If you enter the darkness while still carrying grievances from this distant land, uneasy premonitions about the future, or the strain of controlling every event, the nervous system will interpret that you are still in a battle. And as long as the sentry within does not believe the environment is absolutely safe, it will refuse to open the storehouse of reserve energy to heal you. From this insight, the monks have preserved a minimalist nightly ritual. They do not try to force the body to get well. They only perform subtle gestures to inform the nervous system that the war is over. The danger has passed. Now is the time for grace and recovery. Tonight, I want to return to you that very sacred bridge. When science touches wisdom, the code of revival. There is a miraculous reality occurring beneath your skin every night, a silent world that the naked eye cannot see. Modern science, through advanced laboratories in the United States and around the world, is beginning to astonishingly confirm what monks have perceived for thousands of years: that sleep is not a passive power-off state, but actually the most intense and sacred recovery symphony of human life. Under the microscope and sophisticated brainwave monitors, scientists notice that the moment you let go to sink into slumber, your physical temple begins a comprehensive overhaul. This is the golden time for growth hormones to be secreted like sweet nectar, nourishing every muscle fiber and tired joint to regenerate damage from a long day of hardship in a distant land. Your immune system, those silent guardians, works at its peak in the darkness to reinforce the fortress of health, helping you resist the decline of time. Most special of all is the kingdom of the brain. While you dream, the brain performs an incredibly sophisticated act of clarification. It activates a cleaning system to wash away metabolic toxins accumulated from thousands of restless thoughts during the day. Your subconscious acts as a dedicated librarian, quietly rearranging memory cabinets and soothing unfinished emotional tremors, returning to you a clear and stable mind upon awakening. However, friend of shared destiny, that recovery kingdom only opens under one ultimate condition. Your nervous system must truly be in a state of total surrender. If you enter the darkness with a heart still in combat mode, worrying about financial bills, anxious for children, or nurturing old grievances, the brain is tricked. It mistakenly believes that danger still lurks outside, and so it issues a red alert command. Instead of pouring vitality into healing, your body is squeezed dry to maintain useless vigilance throughout the night. Thus, the healing process is blocked right at the threshold of sleep. Ancient monastics did not need machines to understand this profound biological law. They understood that for the body to be saved by sleep, the mind must be the guide through stillness. Tonight, I invite you to reassess how you enter the darkness so that science and wisdom can join forces to bring you back to your most radiant and pure self. The paradox of fatigue, when the body lies down but the mind stands guard. Gently, look back at our pace of life right now. Amidst the hurried and agitated heart of America, we often inadvertently turn the bedroom, originally a sacred cathedral of revival, into a silent battlefield of the mind. There is a heartbreaking truth that most people today are entering the darkness with habits that silently erode the being. They glue their eyes to phone screens, brilliant with blue light, until their eyelids are weary. Their minds busily arranging unfinished troubles in this distant land, or fretfully anticipating an uncertain tomorrow. In form, your body is lying peacefully under warm blankets in a silent room. But friend of shared destiny, do you recognize the naked reality occurring beneath that skin? Your nervous system is actually staying up all night. It is still in a state of intense stimulation, precariously balanced between uneasy premonitions and endless internal dialogues. Imagine this like a car that has returned to the garage after a long day, but the driver unconsciously presses the gas, letting the engine roar all night. Even though the car does not move an inch, its vitality, the energy and internal components, is being uselessly eroded and drained. Your body is operating in such a painful paradox. While the brain is busy solving problems, the nervous system constantly issues a red alert signal that, right now, the inner kingdom is not yet truly safe. This is the answer to your long-held worry. Why is it that even after sleeping 7 or 8 hours, when dawn breaks, your shoulders are still heavy, your soul is weary, and your vitality seems not to have been renewed at all? The problem absolutely does not lie in the quantity of time you close your eyes, but in the fact that your body has not received a definitive peace command for even a moment to begin the healing work. You are sleeping in a state of weary combat, not in sacred surrender. The door to the kingdom of deep recovery remains locked, simply because you have long forgotten how to send a final safety signal before the darkness descends. Wisdom before rest. When ashes need not hold the fire. Gently visualize the image of a monk leisurely walking toward his hermitage as the twilight fades behind the mountain peak. In the wisdom of the detached, the moment right before closing the eyelids is not merely a biological habit. It is a ritual that shapes the soul's entire journey through the darkness. They understand that the quality of recovery is not decided by how long you sleep, but by the quality of consciousness you carry as you step through the threshold of dreams. The secret of the monks does not lie in complex techniques or forced efforts to reach high meditative states. Conversely, it is an art of silent presence. Before lying down, the masters usually spend a few moments in absolute silence. They do not think about peace. They become peace. They sit still, leaning on the rising and falling of the warm breath, letting every agitated film of today leisurely drift away like pale clouds at the end of the evening. They do not dissect today's successes or failures, do not agonize over a misplaced word in a distant land, nor restlessly arrange plans for tomorrow. They understand a profound wisdom, that ashes do not need to hold the fire, and what has died should absolutely not be relit in the middle of the night. There is a soul-stirring teaching from a virtuous master that I want you to engrave in your heart right now. If you carry today's chaos into sleep, your body carries that chaos all night. But if you enter sleep in peace, the body enters its natural state of healing. Friend of shared destiny, we are often too obsessed with the number 8 on a digital clock, yet forget the rhythm of the vitality within us. A long sleep under the silent vigilance of the nervous system is actually just a weary journey in the dark. Conversely, just a few moments of being truly okay with reality, truly feeling you owe the world no explanation and yourself no perfection, is the moment the door to the recovery kingdom officially flings open. Tonight, I invite you to learn to enter the darkness, not as a traveler heavy with the luggage of worry, but as a leisurely cloud dissolving into the void. For vitality only rises strongest when the controlling ego completely steps back, making way for innate recovery wisdom to speak. Night Reset Ritual. 3 minutes to return to the pure self. Now, as the curtain of night has gently closed and the space around you becomes silent, I invite you to perform the most sacred journey of each day, the journey back to yourself. Do not view this as a difficult exercise or a heavy task. See the next 3 minutes as a gift, a precious spiritual ritual you give to your weary self after a lifetime of hardship in a distant land. Lie very still, letting your entire body be supported by the tolerance of the mattress, and begin with me through the 3 steps of liberation. Step 1. Disarming the body, entrusting weight to Mother Earth. Gently close your eyes and begin to recognize the presence of your body at this very moment. Do not try to control, just feel the weight of your entire being drifting down into the mattress. Notice how the mattress persistently and tolerantly supports the shoulders already weary from heavy responsibilities, embraces the back tired from the years, and soothes the feet that have traversed many turns in life. I invite you to send a gentle greeting to every muscle fiber. Let the forehead relax like a still lake, let the eyes sink deep into absolute rest, and let the jaw, often clenched from hidden grievances, be completely loosened. At this very moment, you do not need to brace yourself to hold on to anything anymore. Let your body melt into the stillness, like a leaf leaving its branch to be nurtured and protected by the earth. Step 2. The bridge of breath, the command of peace. When the physical form has begun to find its anchor, I invite you to bring attention back to take refuge in your own breath. Do not try to be a harsh commander. Do not force the breath to be deep or slow immediately. Breathe in very gently through the nose, feeling vitality slowly nourishing every neuron. And then, here is the key as you begin to exhale. Actively prolong that breath a little more. Imagine your exhale now is like a sigh of relief after dropping a 1,000-pound burden. Prolonging the exhale longer than the inhale is the most definitive biological code to send a safety signal to the parasympathetic nervous system. Repeat this rhythm about 10 times. With each long exhale, you are directly telling your vigilant brain, the war has truly ended. Danger is no longer here. Now, we are safe to recover. Feel the heart rate gently slow, warmth spread, and the gate to the healing kingdom begin to swing wide. Step 3. Inner renunciation, closing every unfinished chapter. At this final step, I invite you to perform a gesture of wisdom for total spiritual liberation. Imagine your mind now is like an ancient library, and today is a chapter you have just finished writing after over 10 hours of worry. Whether that chapter was filled with joy or heavy with the low notes of worry about children, health, or unfinished plans abroad, please courageously perform a sacred power-down command. Gently whisper within your consciousness, today is truly complete. Everything happened as it was meant to be. In this moment, I no longer have any problems to solve. Please listen carefully to the weight of this affirmation. You owe today no more explanations, and you owe yourself no perfection. Let every unsolved problem wait outside the bedroom threshold. When you dare to declare the end of the old day, your nervous system truly receives a retirement license to yield all space to the deepest overhaul. Tonight, you are no longer a breadwinner, no longer a patient, nor a weary traveler. You are simply a pure life, dissolving into the tolerant arms of the night. Let sleep find its way to perch on your eyelids when all resistance has vanished. Everything is completed. Just let yourself drift in the grace of boundless silence. The power of silent persistence, when peace becomes instinct. Contemplate the rhythm of night dew silently soaking into the heart of Mother Earth in this distant land. Dew is not loud like a storm, but it is that persistent and gentle soaking that possesses the power to nourish a lush forest. Your nightly journey of practicing letting go will operate according to an identical profound law. When performing the 3-minute ritual becomes a pure habit every night, you will begin to recognize miraculous shifts from deep within your being that we have long desired. Transformation does not happen like a sudden storm, but weaves into your life leisurely and surely. After a period of nourishing this stillness, you will find that sleep is no longer a weary battle with worry. You will sleep faster, sinking deeper into the tolerant arms of the night. And then there will be a morning, waking in the silence of your home in America, where you suddenly recognize a strange sense of lightness, shoulders no longer carrying the weight of responsibility, and vitality cleared radiantly through every blood vessel. Daily breathing suddenly becomes vast and deeper, even amidst the most hurried times. The mist of worry that long obscured your vision gradually vanishes, returning a clear, lucid mind to face every fluctuation in a foreign land with a dignified and self-possessed posture. My friend, the ultimate secret of this journey lies in this. The change occurs not because you have worked more, but because you have courageously intervened less. Your nervous system is inherently a wise and loyal entity. When bathed in a safe atmosphere long enough, it will automatically remember the way home. You do not need to use your will to force neurons to stabilize or command hormones to balance. You simply create a vast space, shedding the role of the strict supervisor to let the body be free to perform the sacred function it has thoroughly understood from the beginning. When you stop trying to hold on to vitality, vitality will revive most brilliantly in your very surrender. Let the words shared just now quietly settle into your consciousness, like golden dust slowly falling to the bottom of a still lake in the clear night of this distant land. Detached monks for thousands of years have not viewed sleep as a supernatural miracle or something far removed from reality. They simply understood a most original and great law of nature, that the temple of your physical body already carries within it a peerless wisdom of revival, an ability to mend every subtle fracture from the moment you were born. Your body has never truly failed in healing. It is only patiently waiting for one single condition from you, an atmosphere of peace. My friend, engrave this final wisdom as your luggage for liberation. Sometimes, the most powerful action you can take for your own health and dignity is not to effort more, but to courageously allow yourself to truly rest. True healing never sprouts from coercion or anxiety. It only truly radiates when all resistance from the controlling ego completely steps back. Therefore, tonight, at the fragile threshold of dreams, I invite you to give your being the most sacred gift, a moment of absolute silence. Turn away from the phone screen. Let every worry for the world wait outside the threshold. Just a slow breath, a mind as light as mist. Perhaps that is the moment a miracle truly begins to operate in your every blood vessel and neuron. Thank you for trusting and accompanying me on the path of awareness. Wishing you a long night of peace and a brilliant morning of rebirth in boundless joy. Goodbye, and sleep very well.